Alright, so right now, since we're kind of limited time, we're going to try to get, I guess these are bright white, I think, installed in the cluster and the heater control. And I'm going to install the Aem boost gauge, just to get it wired in, and then the sensor just hooks into the vacuum line, so it kind of just sits under the dash pad. So get this stuff removed. Alright, so pull this out, pull that off. Do the same on the other side. Alright, now for this, there's 2 screws up here. I usually use a short one. And I'll get those 2 screws loose. And then there's one on the end here and on the other end. So that got popped up, pushed out, so that we could actually get down into here and get that out of the way. And then plug back into the boost gauge. The power cord, light. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove these 2 screws down here, remove the pod and the gauge, and then we'll install the Aem one. Ever so gently. I'll take the wiring and push it through and plug it into the gauge, because it's going to be easier to do this way. Much easier to get down in there without the vacuum line in the way. This pod was a little rough. I'm hoping that it holds up. Okay. So that right there is the install of the pod onto there. And then it looks like it's only, I'm not sure what the blue and the white are for. I'm going to look them up in case it's like for lights or something. But they didn't have them hooked up. So basically it's power and ground, switch power and ground. We're going to put the lights in the cluster. So this is what you want to do here. Pop this off. It's usually, sometimes it's good, you can push your steering column the whole way down and lock it out of the way. Gives you plenty of room then. Pop that off like that. These, there's screws down the bottom, but sometimes you can just pop them and then you can actually get down in here far enough. Right there. The 4 screws that are down in here, and the whole cluster will pull out. Alright, so we got our screws out. I just wanted to turn this on and see if you could see this. That's what it should be. You can see it's kind of purple, kind of blue. So it's supposed to be all blue, but these 2 are a different color blue than the ends. So we had some go bad, and then we replaced some, and that's why I like that. So hopefully this set is all the same color when we get it reinstalled. But all you have to do is grab a hold of this, pull it forward, it comes right out. So on the back of the gauge cluster, all these are all pretty much labeled Aluma. Aluma, Aluma, Aluma. It's illumination. So those are what come on when you actually turn a light on to light the stuff up. You can get in here and you just give them a twist and they pull right out. Switch being stubborn. Be really careful when you do that because you can actually damage the circuit board. So we have them all removed. Here's our nice little Ziploc baggie here. Let me show you the difference between these. I don't know which ones are better or which ones are worse. These ones are shaped like this. And these ones are shaped like that. Looks like somebody actually made these. So, kind of curious to see how they look. Set back down in here and see what they look like. Nice part is you just set it in there, powers up. About one light working out of all of them. Alright, let's try playing with them, twisting them around here. These LED things are always such a pain in the neck. Alright, so I wanted to test some of these LEDs. I don't have a bench set up yet to be able to try to do that stuff at. So I got two little wires here. Hopefully I'm not too close and you can still see. And then we're going to touch our contacts on our LED. And there we go, that one works. Alright, I pulled all the bulbs out and tested them. So I'm hoping that it was just that it was dark or too light or just some reason why it was making it look like it wasn't illuminating. Cross my fingers on that one. Alright, so here we go. Just look at that. Now, none of them are lighting up in the car. Alright, so what I found is you can actually see the metal contact down in behind there, and then you have the contact strip. I actually had them turn in too far, so let's see what happens now. Cool. Here we go. It's just these ones here. Missing something here. Here we go again. I changed the black sockets out for the gray sockets that were the original ones, and then put the LEDs in there. So let's see how many lights up this time. And guess what? It actually looks pretty darn good. Can't wait to see it at night. That's a lot nicer than what it was. Alright, I just got the gauge in, clusters down in. Just wanted to try this thing out, see what it does. Alright, start it up. got some more stuff that we're going to do. We got the bright whites to put in here. And we may work on starting to install our pillar pod gauges. So, I think that's it for today.